Have you ever thought about a business that lets you work smarter, not harder? Well, today we're diving into what might just be the single biggest opportunity for creators out there right now. Welcome to the Digital Product Gold Rush.
Just think about that for a second. Imagine creating something just one time, maybe a guide, a course, a design template, and then watching it make you money while you sleep. For years. That's really the magic of the digital product world. There's no inventory, no shipping, just pure, endless scalability.
And, if that idea isn't exciting enough on its own, get a load of this. Since there are basically zero overhead costs, the profit margins in this space are, well, they're insane. We're talking 70 to 95%. No, that's not a typo. That's the engine that makes this whole thing so incredibly powerful.
Okay, so with that kind of potential, the big question is, why is now the time? Let's get into the digital gold rush and figure out why this window of opportunity isn't just open. It's been blown wide open.
This whole boom is really being fueled by three huge shifts in our culture. First, the online learning explosion. People are more hungry than ever to learn new skills, and they're definitely willing to pay for it. Second, the remote work revolution has created this massive demand for digital tools that make us more productive. And finally, the creator economy. All the influencers, YouTubers, freelancers, it's just booming, and every single one of them needs digital stuff to build their brand.
What's so great about this is that it's a business model that anyone can get into. You don't need a warehouse or a pile of cash to get started. You can literally create a file on your laptop, sell it 1,000 times, and your costs don't go up 1 penny. That right there is what we call infinite scalability.
But okay, with so much opportunity, how do you actually get noticed? How do you stand out? Well, that's where our niche-down formula comes in. And trust me, this is the secret sauce.
Before we get to the solution, let's talk about the #1 mistake that trips people up: being way too broad. A generic planner or some vague business guide is a surefire way to just get completely lost in all the noise.
Just look at this difference here. A generic planner becomes a super specific 90-day healing planner for women. So why does this work so much better? It's simple, really. It speaks directly to a real person's problems, their goals, who they are. It makes them feel like you get them. And that is how you build a loyal customer base that's happy to pay. So here it is, the winning formula you have to remember: high demand plus low competition. Your job isn't to invent something brand new. It's to be a detective, to find those little gaps in the market where people are desperately searching for a solution that nobody is giving them in a really targeted way.
All right, so now that you've got the strategy, let's get some inspiration flowing. We're going to run through 5 of the hottest categories out there right now to really get those creative gears turning.
First up is education. This category is just massive because, let's face it, people are always willing to invest in themselves. Online courses feel really valuable, and those super niche ebooks that solve one specific problem, they can sell like crazy. And hey, if you really want to build a sustainable business, memberships are kind of the holy grail for that predictable, recurring income.
Next up, software and tools. This whole category is exploding because it sells the one thing none of us can get more of: time. Think about it. A simple productivity dashboard in a spreadsheet could save a small business owner hours and hours every single week. Now that is a problem worth solving.
Category 3 is all about creative assets. The entire creator economy pretty much runs on this stuff. Small businesses, influencers, they're all drowning in content creation. They just don't have time to design everything from scratch, so they're desperate for social media templates, website themes, and photo presets that make them look professional like yesterday.
And that leads us perfectly into media and content. With thousands of new podcasts, YouTube channels, and ads popping up every single day, the demand for fresh, quality media is just relentless. Think about niche stock photos that don't look like stock photos, or ready-made podcast intros that make a brand new show sound like a pro from day one.
And finally, we have lifestyle and personal growth. This is a huge market that really taps into our desire to be more organized and just better. Niche digital planners, wellness kits, meditation guides, these are consistently top sellers on platforms like Etsy and Gumroad. So if you're looking for a market that's already proven, this is a fantastic place to start.
All right, we've talked about the why, the what, and where to get inspired. Now for the most important part, the how. Let's walk through a quick start guide to take you from just an idea all the way to an actual launch.
It really just comes down to these 3 simple steps. First, find your niche idea by matching what you're good at with what people are asking for.
Second, pick the right platform to sell on. This is your storefront. And third, you've got to market your product so the right people can actually find it. That's how you turn a cool idea into a real business.
Let's just focus on that second step for a minute because it's important. If you're trying to build a huge brand and you want total control, Shopify is your go-to. If you're a beginner selling things like templates or planners, Etsy is amazing because it has a built-in audience of shoppers. And for creators who just want a super simple, clean setup, Gumroad is a fantastic choice.
You know, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Don't feel like you have to build a massive empire on day one. It is totally okay to start small. In fact, it's smarter. Create one great, focused product. Test it out, see what people think, and then just pour your energy into what's working. That is how you build a real, lasting business.
So there you have it. We've laid out the whole roadmap, from the market trends all the way to the launch plan. The opportunity is real. The tools are easier to use than ever, and the demand is just growing every single day. The only thing standing between you and your own digital product is just taking that first step. So the real question is, what problem are you going to solve first?